All right, there you go. Yes. All right, so there we go. But now you can't hear. Now you can't hear the music, right?
No, I can't.
No music. All right, hold on. We're gonna. Gotta love it when Streamlabs is like, hey, we're gonna switch everything up for you, okay? Okay, sound good? Like, no, didn't ask you to do any of that.
You through a speaker, not
There you go.
a stream.
No, I do play it through the speaker. See, it's just it disabled it when I turned on the mic. It disabled my it disabled my music. It was awesome. Anyway, let's turn the music down. How are you? How are we doing today? Are you happy that you found out how to get them out?
Popped off, and it's really hard to get back on. Just look how tiny my butt is.
That is tiny. Oh man, apparently I had some oatmeal and I had it when it was a wee too hot, and it was very strong on the throat area, and so now I drink the hot tea and it's like, oh, remember when you effed up your throat? Yeah, just wanted you to remember that. So yeah, kudos to that. Thanks.
It's funny, I'm happy, but what's his name? Black Dragon in the jar.
He is in a jar.
Looks like I need to tell a jar.
I'm sorry. Meh. What we got? I didn't like Sam Wilson. Oh, the things. Oh, this is gonna be great. Skip, this is gonna be awesome. Oh, man, you're gonna have me sitting here watch this entire go through. This is freaking awesome. So that's my lead in my foot, man. This is awesome. That man. Yes. All the yes. Hey, Miss Ebony. It's just like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah. It's just like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah. I am playing through somewhere else. There we go. Okay. Nice big old echo. Ugh. Do. I'm not cheating. Skip with the win. You're cheating since I'm not there. What do you mean you're not there? You're there. I see you. Maybe not in the you weren't in the battle royale, but I see you now. What? Did I just finish a panel? What? The computer's great sometimes. Oops. So I concluded my podcast with Wacom yesterday. That was awesome. That was good times. Can't wait for that to be aired. And then today, my boss pulls me aside and he was all like, "Oh man, I saw that you're a guest at AwesomeCon." And I was like, "Am I?" He's like, "Yeah, didn't you see?" And I was like, no. I didn't even know I was a guest because they told me they didn't have any tables, and then, you know, someone else that I knew was like, "Don't worry, I got you. I'll get you a table." And I was like, "Cool." So I just kind of assumed that it was one of those like, "Hey, you have an Artist Alley table, you'll be good," you know, hoo-ha, and life goes on. Come to find out, I became a guest, and I was like, "Oh snap." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then I looked at the picture, like I went, of course, and I looked, and I was like, "Where in the world did y'all find this picture? This cannot stand." This picture is awful. There was a time when I may or may not have been carrying a little extra weight around my faceage area. And then I had a full beard, and so it made me just look like a big round ball of flesh. It was just weird. And I was like, you cannot use this picture. And so I sent them another one, and I was like, "And the picture that you have for the freaking no, I want to be over here. Ugh. The stuff that you have for the freaking, like, hey, look at what this person does," right? Is just a little character sheet. It wasn't even a character sheet, it was just a picture. And I'm like, can I at least have the cover? You know, like, I drew a cover for some comics. Can I use that instead? And they were very obliging, right? They changed everything right away. It was very, very quick. But I was just like, man, I was looking rough. It was very funny. I found it funny. Now, if they wouldn't have changed it, it probably would have been less funny. But I found it funny. Then I had to collect finals today. My first class was very disappointing. Over half the class decided that today was going to be the day that they didn't want to turn in anything. And so, well, here's hoping that they got A's on every other project so they don't fail. I have a feeling that may or may not be possible. But I didn't do it. It wasn't my fault. Was it finding out? Yeah. It's like, yeah. It's like, we just try and keep the AIW stuff down to a minimum. Jerk bags. Place that had so much potential to be something great failed absolutely miserable at it. Betrayed by the other half, yeah. It's pretty bad. Alright. outside of the glow, that one's done. So nice. Alright, so this thing they can just not turn in. I know. They're just like, you know what? I don't need to do this today. It's like, you do. You really, really do. And they're like, I don't think so. You know, and they kind of tell you, you're like, what do you mean you don't need to do this? You're like, well, I got pretty decent grades throughout. And you're like, but it's 60% of your grade. In one class it is, because it's really all they have to do. That's the problem, right? You're like, this is literally the only assignment you have. Right? We got a little participation, we have a little one here, and then they're like, all right, cool, I'm not gonna do this particular assignment. It's like, I mean, I guess. It was too hard. It's like, I don't know, teach, that one was really hard, so you just decided not to do it. Well, I just think that I wasn't gonna pass it anyway, so I decided not to do it at all. Like, okay, good luck, we'll see you next semester. You know, it's like, bye. I didn't do it in the 3 hours when I first introduced it. Yeah. Yeah, that's Ty to a T. Wait a minute, I didn't finish it in the first 3 hours. I don't want to do it anymore. Well, I'm glad you finally did, you lazy bum. And that changes nothing. Nothing. Okay. Good enough for what?
For me.
For you. For what?
Not feel bad.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess we'll have to take that.
Because, like, it's not like it's an AP or anything. Like, no one's gonna care if I would get a grade in on-level class.
Of course they would.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they would.
No, they're just gonna say, ew, you're in on-level. Dum-dum.
Who's gonna say that?
College.
College is not gonna say that. No, they're not.
Are you sure?
Yeah. You know how I know?
Maybe because you work at
I work at a college.
I don't know. I think it's funny. Like, so many people were trying to, oh, take honors, take AP. You know, like, they'll think you're dumb if you're on level. And I'm like,
It's so not true.
if that's true, and if it is, that's better.
If it's true, that's not the school you want to go to.
I know. What are you talking about?
Like, oh, you take what we say you should be able to take? Yeah, you're dumb. Don't come to college. You're a dummy. Don't even come here. It's like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, but I'm taking full honors except for science next year.
Oh, yeah?
Because science is physics, and there's only AP physics, and I don't really know how hard AP classes are, but physics has a lot of math, and I don't like math.
Physics has a lot of math, and I just don't like math.
I feel like that's a good reason for that to be my first reason.
Yeah, I will agree. I can agree with that. I mean, I don't want to, but it's sound logic.
I'm just scared, like, that's why I didn't do a whole honors this year, because I was scared the classes were going to be too hard, and then they weren't hard, right? But I don't want to, like, take AP, and then it is hard, you know? So I definitely don't want to start with something that doesn't come very natural.
Right.
Very naturally, you know?
Right. Okay. You know, Skip, what gets me is when they're like, it's too hard, blah, 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 right? And yet you were the one literally like, they watched you do it. Like, it's not impossible. You watched me do the steps. Like, I know you saw it. So just, oh, you didn't take any notes. You know, and then you find out all the truth. Like, oh, you weren't paying attention, so you just don't know how to do it. Although I have to say, my favoriteest people are the ones who either come in late or don't show up at all, right? And they don't show up at all, and they're like, you know, everyone else is working, and then they're like, all right, well, I wasn't here, so it's like, why weren't you here? I just didn't want to be here. And you're like, oh, okay. He's like, so can you go over class? It's like, no, I can't. You can come to my office hours to find out what you missed. Well, I gotta work during your office hours. I'm like, well, I guess you shouldn't have missed class. Like, especially, you know, especially if you didn't have a reason, like, hey, you know what, I had to go to the doctor. All right, fine, here, let's sit down real quick. I'll show you the nuts and bolts. And then at office hours, you can come and we can really go into it. Or, you know, just something. Lie to me in that aspect. Don't just be like, I didn't feel like showing up, which is fine, absolutely fine, right? You are allowed your personal days and whatnot, but you can't expect me to come back while I'm teaching other, you know, I'm literally going, all right, I got to teach them how to do this. And then you're like, well, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on here. So can you tell me individually exactly what happened? Like, no, I cannot tell you individually. Like, I'm sorry. I can't do that. I want to help you, but I cannot give you what you're asking at this point. Like, going to class is like going to work, but you don't get paid. True, you don't get paid. But I mean, if you really want if you want to do that, and you know, because it's not like, well, today I'm not going to tell you if we're going to have a lecture or anything like that. You know, like in my classes, you know, it's like, all right, tomorrow's going to be a working class day. All right, skip that class, right? Because it's going to be a working class day. But if we just had critique, then if we just had a critique, that means that the next class is going to prepare you for the next thing, right? And so don't skip that class. No, don't skip the class. The class right after critique, or the day where I'm like, hey, we're going to be going over this topic. Don't just skip that one. You know, don't come to class during working class day. That's when you should skip the class. Because you know, nothing that is going to be important to everything that you need to learn or do for the assignment is going to be taught on the working class day, because it's a working class day. Counterpart, you paid to be there. That's true. Even for working class days, show up anyway and pass out on your desk. You know what? Even better. You're like, well, you asleep, but that's cool. You know, like, all right, whatever. But man, whoopsies. Did you run into something I didn't cover? You need me? You can ask me. Yep, there's that. And also, you never know, you might actually get something, right? There might be some information that you got that is important and you missed it, right? Like, and you can actually pick it up. I need to make some earrings because I forgot. Oh, that's sad. Modify. No, not. Select, modify, contract. to here. Oops. Look at that. Such quick, easy fixes online. It's like, I have to say, sometimes it's just so nice to not have to worry. I'm like, oh, I made a mistake. It's okay. We'll fix it online and it'll be easy. Right? Fix it in the computer. No worries. See, like when you have to come in there because it's not pulling, it's not going all the way right to the edge, so you gotta.
I'm playing Bridge Duel. Let's try and see it. Ah! Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
I don't know why my kids come down here and start yelling. I'm glad they're having fun, but please.
It's so hard.
This is why I need my own space. Because it's funny to them. Do they post it? Yeah. Because it's funny for them. I know. I know. I don't have to be happy about it. Because it seems to happen when we're streaming. That's all. But it is nice to hear them when they're playing nice together. Blood. Okay, so she's colored up. Let's get the daughter. Expand by 3. Say yes. Bam, bam. Done. Oops. In there, fix that. We're in the corners. Okay.
Not fair. I'm sorry. That doesn't. I'm using my sword. No. Whoa. It's okay. Look, I can break the law.
So what I was thinking, and it's something I would like to get you guys' opinion on, is should, no wait, it needs to be this color. Should I leave, so we got pretty much, everything is gonna be some type of color, right? Except for what I was thinking was the ground here, right? Leaving that the texture of the paper, right? Instead of putting color on top of that, because it has this nice tan-ish color and texture already, that we leave that the color of the paper. Just thinking that might be interesting. Oh wow, that's done already. All right, so we're gonna get some dark wood.
I wanted to kill you before I was gonna be toxic.
Dark wood. There we go.
You know you can eat the golden apple with you, right?
Or just for certain panels, right? Well, the main thing is that this whole panel is a flashback, right? So it's going to end up looking like like that, right? Like the bluish panel, it's going to end up looking like that. So, I don't know. It's going to be, we're going to try it, you know? We're going to try it, we're going to figure out what happens. I have to say, there's a lot of learning curve happening with this that I'm actually liking, right? Learning about what I can get away with. You know, it's like, what can you and can you not do with the idea of this tanned paper and stuff like that. So, I'm really enjoying this process, and I'm glad you guys are willing to stick with me through the process. Oh, wait. Oh. Wait, what? What's up?
Oh, we started.
It's fun to watch. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad as we are learning together. Might need to put a gradient though to kind of get a little bit of a flow in there, but in the ground, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Flats in there, get some bluish gray rocks. That is not dark enough. I'm just like, fire, fire. Okay, so we want
I do not.
because he's cheating. It's like, it's because he's cheating. Trust me, I didn't go crazy. I promise. Although I might have gone I did. I did. Because it was supposed to be on a new layer. There we go. Now I haven't gone crazy, I promise. What is that? I'm like, wait a minute, what is that? White paint, apparently. Okay. With Arkham Asylum again. This time on my Stream Deck. How was it this time? How'd you like it this time?
Nice.
Okay. Hard enough to send him flying. I mean, we kept snarling every time we beat up. Right. Like, oh, you dead. I'm sorry, you're dead. I had a conversation in school about Batman, and then I was like, yeah, he keeps killing people. Like, no, he doesn't. You don't see that. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Lands on guy's face and then punches him into the groin. Yeah, no. Ever so violent, but he's the hero. And then someone hit me with, oh no, Batman's an anti-hero. And I was like, stop it. Just stop it. Stop trying to justify this man's murder.
Hey. Whoa, what the heck just happened?
Right. Hey, Bazaar, what's up? How's it going? Shh. So loud.
You're so loud.
You're loud.
I didn't do anything.
No, you're loud now.
Yeah, that's just silent. I was telling Tyler to be quiet.
Well, I didn't need you to be that loud to tell him to be quiet. You know how you notice how librarians, they try and shush you quietly?
No.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because you don't go to the library.
My librarian yelled at me. She said, "Shut up, idiot."
What?
And then slapped me really hard.
No, they did not.
I have a video.
You have a video of the librarian slapping you.
Yes.
Okay, give it to me.
I can't. I'm moving silent.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you later.
So Bazaar, what's going on? How you doing? I'm cleaning up backgrounds right now because we're putting in color. There's so many problems with defending bad murder when he's an anti-hero. So that's now how anti-heroes work exactly. I mean, and it was quick too. It was like the biggest response ever. It was just like, oh, he's an anti-hero. I'm like, oh, stop. Just you don't know what you're talking about. So stop it. Oh, thanks. I think it looks great. Thank you so very much. We're getting there. And I know that seeing me slap a big fat orange color right on top of everything is probably like, wait a minute, what are you doing? It was, I mean, honestly, it's easier for me to come in and throw in the big orange and then come in and erase the parts that I don't want than trying to do the selection and filling in everything. So it'll make sense. I promise. I mean, you should be able to see that it makes sense, right? Because it's fire. Good, you? I'm good. I'm good. I'm getting close to finishing the pages that I wanted to get finished for my source book. If I can get the source book done either by the end of this week, which is coming up, right? But if I have until Sunday so that I can put it up, you know, so that I can get it to the printer by early next week, I should still be able to get it in time for AwesomeCon, which is in June. And that would be fantastic if I could get it in before then. So I'm going to try. So I've been working diligently trying to get it done throughout, so. But aside from that, it's been going great. You know, I had a podcast with Wacom Technologies, which was pretty cool. What was the comic? What's the comic book? It's called Ninja Empire. Here, since you're new here, let me show you a couple things. I'm always happy to show things. All right, let's see. So Ninja Empire. Here's a nice cover, I think, or the first cover at least. So let's go ahead. Oh, okay, so obviously I need to fix that. I always say this, but I gotta remember to fix it for the YouTube subscribe, because it cuts that animation short, which is sad. Anyway, so this is the cover, right? It's got all the characters in the back. It's pixelated because I used the smaller version. But this was the main cover that I was going to use. And things have changed since then because it's blue. You'll notice that a lot of stuff is blue. But for the comic, everything has gone to this tanned paper because I thought it would look better as a scroll. Some of the characters, right, just some of the random characters that are in existence for the Ninja Empire. And the Griffiness, thank you for that sub over on YouTube. Thank you so very much. Let's see. This is one of the main players. This guy was fun. Let's see. She's cool. Started doing turnarounds and stuff. This is our main character right here. The Black Dragon. Oh no. Let's see. The Born. I have a bunch of characters that are going to make their debut eventually pretty soon. But yeah, so this kind of gives you a feel of what the characters are that I plan on using for the Ninja Empire. The world is ruled by ninjas. Not everyone is a ninja, but everyone in power is a ninja. And so that's the whole focus, and it's gonna look like this, you know. Seems like it could fit in the Avatar, The Last Airbender world, right? But then has the absolute destruction and death and brutality of Invincible. Here, show you some of This is the first page. The first page of the comic.
That just kept happening. I was just stuck everywhere.
You don't focus on me at all. I know I don't. But yeah, so that's this is kind of what it looks like, and so you can see how it went from blue to brown. So, but I got a couple pages done. I like this one, right? And I don't know if you can really see the texture, but right, you can see it's got the paper texture, the like scroll paper over top. So yeah.
Always this glitching, or is it just
But yeah. I see Miss Ebony trying to cheat. I see Miss Ebony cheating. Yep, I saw it. I glanced and I saw it. Cheating on the battle. So anyway, so there's just some quick show offs of some of the designs and characters that if you like ninjas and you like brutality of Invincible, you'll probably like this. How do you like that video about the murder count? Yeah. The murder count of Batman is crazy.
Oh, you want to do
This is true.
what's explosive
Man, so it's still not. My things are still not going off. I don't know why my bot's not working. I don't know what it is, but the bot's not working. It's not spitting out the information. I might actually I have to go check. So there's some stuff I need to do. I might go check on Streamlabs and stop using them to stream to multiple sources and then just pay for restream, because their bot never failed, right? If you logged in, their bot was working. YouTube's lagging a bit. YouTube's always lagging. Like, I don't think YouTube is ever as close to the live stream, you know, like me talking, as Twitch is. Calculus, what's going on? How you doing? How's that book? This right here, going over stuff that I've already colored, is why I put it on a separate layer. Save? Okay. Saved. One panel into page 6, and I'm realizing I can't have it that small. Well, that happens. Right? That happens. And oh well. You know, it sucks, but it's better than realizing that you've done everything, right? You did the whole page wrong or something like that.
Oh, you don't play third person? Okay. I'll play third person. Oh, play that.
They'll play me this one, the second Xbox.
No. I can't aim at you.
Mandela's here. Yes, I called you out. Dang. Straight up call out. Rather than making a garbage book. Exactly. Alright, we almost got the fire all. Got all the fire blocked out almost. So that's good.
I don't know which way it's back. I think that Come back here. Can I speed with you?
Okay. What? Yes.
Yes, it works.
Dang.
She can't move.
No, even when she plays in our house.
You're so mean.
I am. I have to use it to cover up my insecurities.
I think you watch too much.
Security.
I think you watch too much TV.
That's
I
what I
watch
thought.
the perfect amount of tea. That's why I'm a body.
That statement makes no sense.
Because you don't watch enough tea.
I mean, I guess that's fair. That was not meant to have. I didn't take any offense. I'm like, we were talking about your book, not mine. If you want to take pot shots at your own book, that's, you know, that's completely up to you.
This is a tiebreaker time.
Tiebreaker, you're what? You're down there. Wait, why am I in this person?
Did I win?
No, go the other way.
Patty Burger. What's the name of the girl that does it? I don't know.
Patty Manning. Wait, is that her name? I think so.
From
Man. Shit.
and that's in there. Got our fire going, almost, right? Almost completely cut out. Looks like we're going good.
I shot like 2 arrows at you and nothing happened, and then it just fell in a hole.
Not me. I didn't do it. I didn't say anything of the sorts, man.
Wait, go over there. Come stand there. Stand there. Stand there.
There's,
And don't shoot me.
I'm like,
Trust me.
there's no need for trolling,
Don't be hardcore.
right? I think that anyone who's actually putting in the effort to put together a book that they deem, they're like, I've put a lot of effort, heart, soul, sweat and tears, right? Like they tried, not just I kind of scribbled some stuff here. There's absolutely no need for anyone to tear them down, right? So constructive criticism is one thing, but to come in and just be like, "Yeah, you suck. You did this and it's not that good." It's like, I mean, what does that do? That doesn't help anybody. think that's it. Did we get all the fire? We did! We got all the fire! Fire! Then we're gonna take this, right? We're gonna take that selection, because that's where it cuts off. So we're gonna take that selection, take that X, and we're gonna bring it over to blue, and we're gonna make it a nice dark blue, hopefully. And go to gradient, and we're gonna start here. And it went backwards. That's not what we wanted. So we're gonna start here and try that again.
Okay, go.
Might need to be a lot higher. So I think we want to go even further, because I thought that was good.
Because you're back.
Okay, you have to play speed, but you can use no special.
Oh, that one's almost there. And then my from elementary school.
You know what else is
I
the
don't
deal?
like Cake now. Why am I listening to these words? Do you like Cake now?
Alright, so what I'm realizing is we need to select some of these other ones down here. Alright, maybe not the top ones, they should be fine. What is that?
It up. That's fun.
Oh man.
It looks like men doing blue.
Oi.
I think that radical who dies in real life. Well, some guy's doing that stupid strat where you fall all the way down.
Yes.
Oh, never mind. He's just AFK.
Alright. Try this one more time. Let's try this one more time. As we struggle.
No,
See, that's close. I think that's where we're gonna be.
Yes, I am.
And I can pull some of that over here.
Oh.
Alright, so we're going to get rid of that. I'm gonna leave that, and then I gotta get the reference for the ninja we're doing. This is the bad part about having way too many characters. You just kind of forget the reference for everybody.
I miss Bailey and Kate. On the Facebook. You see that that's their dad. The first guy. I'm just so happy that I get to you want to speak?
Alright, so So how's everyone doing today? You've been awfully quiet. Oh yeah, that's right, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, that's because I've been bad.
What?
Everyone in the whole entire world today has been bad.
I have to human tomorrow. That happens, man. that happens to the best of us. You're like, oh man, I gotta act like I like you. Okay.
No. No, we don't.
Goes, I think for Cream of the Fly, I'm gonna do cube panels and make them 4 panels per. Okay. That way I can configure them in different panel formats. Yeah. And I mean, you might want to think about how you could do. I moved that, didn't I? You might want to think about you using that format for webtoons, right? And you just go, hey, you get 4 panels a week or something like that, right? And then you could position them, maybe. I don't know. Webtoon seems like it's is where it's at. Like we need to get to webtoons type deal. It's where the youth is. I was actually thinking about trying to do a different kind of story with way more simple character designs and stuff like that so that I can actually do it every week. So oh, nice. Put on facade that I'm not a huge nerd. Oh, I think you can put on that facade now. Like you don't. It's not a facade. You get to actually be who you want to be. You want to be a nerd? Be a nerd.
No, it's just fucking what?
I could be wrong, but you know.
Take the ball. Now the up arrow. Good.
And then I have 2 X's over here. Can I spin this? Okay. So then I have red and blue button and some white.
As a youth, I confirm webtoons is somewhat popular. See?
That
See?
is 1, blue 7, added together. Good job. I'm proud.
Nerd is mainstream now. Yeah. See? It's like nerd is mainstream.
How many?
That's where I go. You're welcome.
If it's spelled with a light color,
Yeah.
well, it's red, cut the
It's
first
like you're welcome.
It's a light yellow.
And I say you're welcome because let me tell you, that's not the way it was when I was a kid. You a nerd? It was bad. That meant bad things were gonna happen.
There's a button. White button to the white 1, 2, 3, 4. Up. Again.
It's like, did you just blow up?
Yes.
Again?
What do you mean again?
I don't know. Not at a Christian school? Oh.
Bend that knee.
Okay,
1, 2. Hooray!
I don't know what just he was like. I'm not waiting for you to tell me what's happening. We're just gonna blow up if it happens. All right, cool.
What's going on with that 5 seconds?
Worst bomb detective team ever. Well, I mean, I guess you did defuse it, so.
Yeah, I'm smart. No, it was an accident.
Yeah, I guess the rules are still a little different in Christian school. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. Been thrown into the toilet for talking about X-Men. What? That crap still happens? People getting bullied for liking X-Men? Christian school.
What does being Christian have to do?
What does it have to do with liking X-Men? Nothing. Well, I mean, depending on how.
Christian school not being
But, well, the thing is that because being like a nerd and liking the X-Men now is kind of mainstream, right? So, for getting bullied for something like that, you're like, wait a minute, what the hell, you know?
Our ninja spirit is fueled by fire and driven by razor-sharp determination. When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja Empire.
Thank you, Twilight, so very, very much for that subscription. 11 months. Thank you so very, very much. How in the world have you been? We've been talking about you, wondering where you've been. Have you moved? What's the deal? We miss you. Dungeons and Dragons and Satanic? Well. Oh, you're in Oregon? You are in Oregon now? Okay. So you're finally going to unbox those color pops is what I'm hearing. Then I fell into the Skater Crowd, which is also one of mine. Nice. We have it still packaged in the foam board. Oh my goodness. You need to open it up. I promise you it'll look better that way than in the foam packaging. Well, Calculus, man, I'm truly sorry that that's still going on. I could have swore that those times of my youth are over, where people are getting bullied for liking comics and stuff, with it literally being so mainstream. That sucks. I'm gonna start going on the Twitch side. I can hear my echo in the chat over here. Yes, join us in the chat over on Twitch. So how are you, Twilight? Like, how was the move? You guys all settled in? Me doing all these dumb designs. Skip, tell me why I put all these designs and stuff in this. Like, what was I thinking? I constantly do all these designs all the time. What the hell's wrong with me? Going, oh well, it's a stylized spider web. Like, ugh. It was a good idea at the time. It was a great idea when I was just doing it for character design. Now that I gotta draw it all the time. Well, I guess it's because I have to draw it because I'm the colorist as well. You know? So there's no shortcut for me. I still gotta do it no matter what. Merch. Okay. Oh, what I really want to know is why the tattoos. Okay. I have an answer for why the tattoos, okay? The tattoos were because I was a huge wuss. And I've always wanted tattoos, right? Like, I always wanted to get tattoos. And I never, ever wanted to get them because I was like, man, they make it seem like it hurts and that it's really bad. And I really wasn't a big fan of needles, right? Like, I didn't want to get myself stabbed a million times until I went and got a tattoo. So until then, I had tattoos on all my main characters. And now, I'm kind of like, well, where's Wonder Boss? She upstairs. She's pretty, super lurks. She's upstairs, but she's lurking. So now, I have all these characters with these tattoos, and I still think they're cool, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna keep doing. I will suffer through it. I'm waiting, like, I'm hoping, right? I'm waiting and hoping that the Ninja Empire gets really big, right? To the point to where I can actually do side books. You know what I mean? Like, I can do books about other people and tell the story of other people. And watch. It's like, and then just watch how other people are like, oh yeah, let me see how I can fake the funk with this tattoo. Or how I can, stylize this so I don't have to draw it all the time. I want to see how people are going to get creative with that idea. And be like, you are out of your mind. Why is this here? You should be ashamed of yourself. Like, I'm sorry. I will tell her, because maybe she'll join us again one day. That's white too. Okay. We'll do it a different color. Bam, bam. What else we got? It's all dark gray. Okay. It's really funny how, like, this is why I love color theory, because the color of this is really dark, right? Like, this gray is super dark, but because it's up against this dark paper, it makes it a lot lighter, which is awesome. Like, I'm just like, oh, it's so cool. And, me trying to tell my students about it is like, look, the color, it will play tricks on you, right? You're grabbing something, you think it's super dark, and so when you're working on it, you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be super dark, and then you put in like the background or something because you didn't think about it beforehand, and now your dark color is not dark anymore. Color theory is the best. Cut off everyone's arm and give them a robot. It's not that serious. I promise you, it's not that bad. I think the hardest part for me when it comes to the tattoos is not that I have to do them, but that I don't remember them. Right? Like, I haven't drawn the Black Dragons. Tattoo enough to know it. Like, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, this is here and that's there, but I'm still trying to commit it to memory. So it becomes harder because I'm just like, wait, what is it? And I always have to bring up reference in order to make it work, which eventually we definitely got to get rid of. Like, you can't have that. This one, this one, but that is white here. So this one, bam, that's a different color. That's a gray. Light gray. I swear every character in my comics wears Vans. There's nothing wrong with that. It'll be your thing, you know? It's like, this is my thing. Like, alright, alright. Oh, it's blue. Like, is it this blue? That blue's. Okay. It's like, it's blue. Oh, it's that blue. Okay. Okay, blue again. Yeah, you should. That is correct. Thou shouldest. Probably this one too to break it up. That color doesn't seem right. Like, why would that be a lighter color? Good night. Just do that. Come in with the blue. The design is simple. The type of shoes I wear. Oh, see, and that's you using using reference, and the stuff that you know. You're just like, I know this, so I know what it's gonna look like. I know how this will work. There's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay, so we got that. Need this color again. Halfway through page 6, only 12.5 more to go. Nothing wrong with that. So, calculus, do you have a problem with not a problem, but do you find yourself doing a lot of cleanup? Right, like you see me kind of constantly erasing black lines and stuff like that, or adding them in. So I find myself, as I get more and more graphic about what I do, the more and more I realize I have to clean up. Like, I'm cleaning up a lot more stuff. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. We can't do that. No, 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 no. Okay, no problem. I think. Let's see if I come here. I'm going to erase that. Jeez. Okay. Now we should be able to do that. Bring that in, come that here. Not do that. But we should be able to come in behind it. In most of it. Like so. Now there are some little places which we have to. Alright. Yeah, usually these join things here makes animating tats way easier. Still gotta clean. Here's why I switched to puppets for animation. Still gotta clean up assets, but it's easier to clean up a bicep. It makes animating tats way easier. Yeah, you don't normally see not a lot of tattooed people in animation that much, because I mean, I get it, it's a pain in the butt. It's like, I get it. But it's who I am, Skip. It's who I am. I'm sorry. Save, because that's going to be important. Importante. Okay, it is now time. We're up to an hour and a half. Going to run this 1 minute ad. Going to try and get these faux cents in here. Thank you all for supporting. For those of you who are subbed, you're not even going to notice. And for those of you who are not, we're going to end up on the right corner. I promise you, no vital information will be given. Thank you for your support. Faux cents. It's like, those of you on YouTube, you won't even notice. Alright, so we got that. So now we need to get the grays. Tips of thing. Nope. Just this. Okay. 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 Skin tones. Do 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 do. Hands, colors, got those scents, gots to. We gotta try and get it, cause you know, trying to support my arts. And here's the thing, like I actually, there was a moment, we talked about this before, but I really would love to be able to have my studio back, right? And while the studio itself beforehand was pretty much a bunch of students, myself and another professor, but we had studio and we were together and we were a think tank and we did a lot of stuff together. And I'm in the process, right? I'm working on something right now that with a group of people that's slowly expanding, but I really love the idea of a strong studio, a strong community that is going to be able to support each other when it comes time to boost their Kickstarter, or you know, they've got a Patreon update and they want that. You know, and so yeah, every cent helps. All right, so yeah, you gotta hit me with the look left when we're over here. So, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, Miss Ebony. People just don't like you. So, I was tasked to talk about Ninja Empire. I mean, not Ninja Empire. Ninja 3: The Domination. So, Ninja 3 is probably my favorite. It is. It's not probably. It is my favorite ninja movie. But that by no means that it's a good ninja movie. But when I was young, the movie came out in 1987, I believe. So I was 7, and my dad and I watched it, right? And so it was like the first ninja movie that I got to watch. It was absolutely fantastic. I loved it, right? I loved the movie. And the thing about the movie is it had everything that was popular in the 80s. It had, you know, breaking in it. It had aerobics instructor, like a full-on aerobics thing in there. It was about aerobics. It had ninjas. It had possessions. It had super ninja spirits and magic and racism. Right? Or it was like everything. It had everything ever that was popular at that time was in that freaking movie. And I mean, it just captured my attention, and it gave it created the myth of the supernatural human as a ninja, right? Because this guy came in and he dropped in on a golf course, murders the golf course, and then the police show up. He murders the majority of the police precinct. They finally surround him and shoot him with shotguns, automatic pistols, 45s, in a circle, and they just shoot him like 60 times. He throws a smoke bomb, disappears, right? And they're like, where in the world is this guy? I can't believe it. All right, spread out. And then he pops up out of this hole in the ground that he somehow dug beforehand. So he knew that that's where he was about to die, I guess. I really don't know. Or he was that fast to be able to dig a hole. I don't know. Don't know what it was. But he then got up and walked off. I mean, he was dying, but he wasn't dead. And it was like, holy crap, look at what this is. And then he possessed another human being by passing his soul through his ninja sword, through his katana, to someone else. I mean, it was awesome. And how can you say if Ninja 3 was my favorite, then I love inking? I don't like inking. I don't love inking. I hate inking. But Ninja 3 was my first ninja movie, and it's one that I shared with my dad. I love that movie. It's not good. right? Like, let's not even get that twisted. It's not good, but I do love that movie. Everflame, what's up? We're talking Soul Swords now. Yeah, it had everything. The movie had everything you could ever want. Everything you could ever want was in that. It's awful. It's not awful. I mean, it is awful, but it's not. It doesn't warrant the hatred that you're giving it. It just doesn't. I think you're specifically upset about it for some reason. Like, I don't exactly understand why, but you have a deep-rooted hatred for that movie. And what's up, Everflight? How's it going? How was the move? How did you like the move? Haven't seen Ninja 3, but Katana and her Soul Sword are so underutilized in comics, right? Oh, yeah. That one is rather interesting. I don't know why they don't. I don't know why they don't do that. Because it is an interesting concept, right? But they definitely don't. Are you guys? Are you gonna take those color pops out of that package yet? Because before I understood, you're like, we're gonna move. We don't want to destroy the packaging. Fine. You move now. You gonna take it out? You finally gonna look at it? I can't wait to. Probably because they say Soul Sword with a straight face. Day 3 was gnarly too. The 80s mullet. Oh, the 80s mullet. I forgot about the 80s mullet. Yeah. Yeah. A1 was gnarly, but the rest of the drive and trip was actually pretty nice. Okay. Soul Sword with a straight face. How dare you? Like, how dare you? Crap. traps the souls. And kills you, it screams. You need to make the content even cooler. You can move a semi. Oh! Moving up the coast and redwoods, continue on. That Deadpool Deathstroke original will be the first thing I hang in my office. Nice. Oh, sweet. Every time I hear Twilight and she's like, oh yeah, we haven't taken it out of the package yet. It's like, why? It looks better out of the package, I promise. Because you guys only saw it in picture format, right? When I posted on Instagram. We've only seen it on Instagram. Oh, man. I can't wait till you guys actually unpack it and see it in person. It's different. It's like, it's different. Dead. Should I make it? Seems like I need to make the blood. It was like, seems like I didn't pass out early. All right, Skip, man. Thanks for hanging out. I think I need to make the blood a little bit lighter. Then again, maybe not, because the background's gonna be glowing. So should be good. All right, then I'm gonna take this blue, this dark blue, light blue, and then we're gonna go back to blue. We're gonna take a dark blue, and we're gonna go put this underneath here, and we are gonna go to a gradient, and not do that. That is definitely too light. Go, that's nice, and then we'll just come in and do some clouds, put some clouds in there. That's a background thing, so we're gonna background that out now. Come with the marquee tool. Sure. We'll keep that separate. Keep that separate so that I can come into it specifically. It's getting lost in the darker orange. Yeah, I agree. And I do believe, though, that once I bring in the glow of the fire, I'm hoping that that's going to help that situation. So I'm not going to change the color quite yet. It does look a bit dark, but I think I'm going to change it later. So we'll see if it works or not as we move forward. What else did I need? Oh, that's right. I needed to stamp. And I needed to come like here, here. So around here. Stamp, Alt, bam. We're going to come over here. Because there's nothing over there. Oy. So I should be coming this way. What? It really just looks dark. It's not helping. Oh balls. Do Patreon rewards ship out? I think yeah, they do. They ship out to whatever address you have it left on, yeah. So you will be able to change that. There we go. Why won't it get darker? If all you have to do is tell me, we'll fix it up, right? We'll change it. Well, actually, you should go into Patreon and do it, because that way it'll be permanent. And you're gonna want to change it because there's 2 coming in the mail this month. See, no, you're right. I was looking at it, and it does kind of blend in as we go away. Nikes. What is that? Did I erase something I wasn't supposed to?